Hello, and welcome to this general astrological overview for the day of March 22nd, 2022. So today we have a few things happening. First of all, when we look here early in the morning, we can see this trine from the Scorpio moon to Neptune here in Pisces. And so for those who are up late Monday night or up very early Tuesday morning, there is this dreamy, spiritual Piscean vibe that is perhaps only amplified further by the moon's proximity to the south node, and especially as we get into more of the morning hours, like the regular morning hours, at least in Eastern time, and we have the moon conjunct the south node. And in addition to that, it moves into a supportive sextile with Pluto as we proceed throughout the morning. And so there's this support for inner transformation and for the exploration of things that are deep and dark. And I think this is kind of like the moon wrapping up her transit through Scorpio for this month, really exploring that energy. However, there's a couple other things here, and we're going to link back around to this in a moment, and I'll explain why. But first of all, as we proceed further throughout the day, by 3 p.m., just before 3 p.m., or basically just at 3 p.m., there will be a shift in the energy as the moon moves from deep, dark, passionate Scorpio to optimistic, far-seeing, eyes on the horizon, Sagittarius. And so the energy of the day will really shift from that maybe more serious, introspective, investigative Scorpio mood to a more lighthearted, adventurous, enthusiastic, visionary type of mood with the moon moving into Sagittarius. Now, as it does so, it forms a nice trine to the sun, recently having moved into Aries. And so we really start picking up on that like optimistic and more adventurous energy as we get into further into the day and I guess into the evening as well in particular. Now, in addition to all of this, if we back up a bit here, we can see that around roughly 5 p.m. Eastern time, we have the perfecting of the Mars-Uranus square. And so here we are yet again with Mars forming hard aspects to Uranus and in a way Saturn, being this time though co-present with Saturn. So, we had late last year Mars in Scorpio, square Saturn and opposite Uranus. And before that, we had Mars in Leo, opposite Saturn, square Uranus. And so we're seeing like a similar repeat of that kind of energy at this time, but with a different flavor because now it's Mars in Aquarius, co-present with Venus and Saturn, and they're all square by sign to Uranus. And now today, Mars is perfectly square Uranus by degree. And so what does this mean? Well, this is largely more of the same upheaval and potential chaos and stress, fighting for freedom and rebellion and things of that nature that we have seen in other times. And it's likely shaking up the order and structure of our lives with the Saturn co-presence and the fact that Saturn is also ruling Aquarius from Aquarius. And so I think that on this day, March 22nd, we'll likely see something come to a head, or at least some kind of elevation of that chaotic upheaval, sort of like rebellious against the status quo or shaking up of the order and structure type of energy. However, the interesting thing is that I almost suspect that we might feel it more earlier in the day when the moon is still in Scorpio, particularly because the moon is in Mars sign. So even though the Mars-Uranus square doesn't technically perfect until later in the day when the moon is in Sagittarius, that almost doesn't, for all intents and purposes, matter especially with the moon moving through Mars' sign of Scorpio, because as it does so, we're all kind of feeling what Mars is feeling with Mars ruling this sign. So I would say expect the most sparks to fly like in the morning and early afternoon. And then, not that the rest of the day couldn't be chaotic as well, it probably will be, at least on some level. But as the moon enters Sagittarius, there's like a much needed dose of optimism and maybe a willingness to deal with the situation and a willingness to find solutions, a sense of optimism in our own ability, a confidence in our own ability to find solutions to whatever the challenges may be. So that is March 22nd overall. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day.